Bawali mo na. Okay, so again, good evening na ba? Okay, so bukas, your mock board examination, yung last page or last part ng mock board examination nyo sa forensic science. Siyempre, ang coverage niya is forensic ballistics, ano pa yon, photography, and we have the, ano pa yung last, personal identification. Okay, so ang mock board niyo bukas mag-start sa 1 p.m., 1:30 kasi hindi ko pa masyadong katapos. Natapos ka naman pero hindi ko na-arrange. Gusto ko yung mahirapan talaga kayo. Grabe naman. Okay, sige. Okay, so again, 1:30 p.m. mag-start yung mockboard nyo tomorrow, then followed by rationalization at siguro mga sabihin natin 8 p.m. Kasi pwede namang 8 p.m. kasi Saturday, pagka Sunday, rest ninyo. Okay, so medyo maano na tayo. Okay? So kasi okay, hindi naman sana dapat ako mag-final coaching sa forensic science or ipapaubaya ko na sa ibang lecturers kasi di ba we have invited lecturer pa rin class. Yes, kasali ang forensic chemistry and toxicology para pero konti lang yung lumalabas doon kasi. Okay? So pero again, ang may ano ka rin, may lecturer pa rin kayo sa forensic science pero again gusto ko lahat ng subject is ako mismo yung kumaga para maging proud naman ako 'di ba na lahat ano ko one by one sa inyo 'di ba okay so syempre um, this area class is one also of my specialization kasi I am the ano yun, representative sa forensic science practitioners of the Philippines. So, kami ang nagkakandak or nagpapakandak ng training. Kung gusto niyo magpa-training sa Baguio class, that is only 10,000 pesos. So, you are now a certified kapag natapos mo yon for 3 days, certified criminalistic specialist ka or yung sa sabi natin certified forensic practitioner ka. Okay, sige. So, kamusta naman yung exam niyo kanina? Okay naman? Madali lang, no? So, madali lang siya? Okay. Okay, so yan. Magkano mga hotel doon, sir? Mura lang naman dito sa Cream Coach. Doon sa mismong hotel ng Cream Coach or yung accommodation nila. 1,000 per night, no? Tapos may breakfast na yun. So, 3 days, may 3,000 ka na. So, mga expenses mo siguro mga 3,000. Or gusto mo mas matulog sa labas, walang bayad, okay lang naman, di ba? So, dala ka lang ng tent. Pero pagka umaga, baka nag-ice ka na, di ba? Okay, sige. Pwede kayong class ha? Mura lang yun compared sa ibang nag-offer. Okay, so okay naman yung exam nyo kanina? Hindi naman sumakit ang ulo nyo, ang brain cells nyo? Or ano lang, syempre kapag may basic ka na, di ba sabi nila, Sir, bakit ang exam mo sa forensic science is naka-case analysis? Kaya nung nag-take ng forensic science last season under my care or under yung mga students natin class, hindi sila nahirapan kasi yun ang formulation ng question eh. Yun, na yun at yun talaga ang formulation ng question. Naka-case analysis na siya, di ba? So, akala ninyo ang case analysis sa criminal law lang or other areas, pero pati na rin sa forensic science. So kaya nga 'di ba, nasanay kayo dito pagdating sa board exam, madali na lang yan. Although, yung ibang mga lecturers and speakers class, still ang mga questioning nila is direct question or sabihin natin one sentence lang. Okay lang yon. That is for yung nagsa-start pa lang. Pero kapag mastery na or actual board exam question ang kaharapin ninyo, that is, kailangan talaga naka-case analysis siya. Just like yung sinagutan niyo kanina, di ba? Okay, kung na-realize mo na ang ganda pala no, yung ganitong tanungan kasi ganun talaga ang structure sa board exam. Okay, so lie detection techniques and question document examination. So ready na ba lahat to ano? Okay, sige. Sa Poly coach, halos lahat ganyan ang question last February. Oo, ganun yung tanungan, no? Nabigla nga sila eh. Kasi hindi sila maniwala sa akin last season na sabi ko ganito ang tanungan pati sa forensic science maging case analysis na. Kaya hindi na sila masyadong na yung under my class. Okay, so forensic science. Okay. So bukas ay may nagre-request doon kanina, sir, kailan ka magla-live? Ang maganda kasi yung libro na to class o na hindi to yung red notes ito yung ito yung San Beda College of Law, yung sa kanilang class remedial law na ano, tawag nito, na reviewer sa kanilang bar exam. Nandito yung criminal procedure, civil, special, then of course yung katarungang pambarangay law. Nandito lahat. Kaya dito yung mga examples, lahat na mga kinaklase ko sa inyo kung saan ba kinukuha yung aking coverage. Ito yon. Ito yung inaral ko dati nung nagre-review ako dito sa Baguio. Dalawang ganito, yung bar review materials ng San Beda at UP. So doon class ang ganda ng kanilang mga example. Kaya madali ko lang i-explain ang criminal law. So pwede kayo siguro kumuha dito kapag mag-law school kayo or maging lecturer kayo. Pero ilang pages to? 615. Ay, sige. 700. Sa daddy ko kasi to eh. So magpa-reproduce ako nito. So mga 1,000 okay na to. Kasi ang ganda talaga kapag magtuturo kayo soon, pwedeng magamit nyo kasi may mga example. Halimbawa, bakit impossible crime, magbibigay siya ng example. Bakit positive evidence, may example doon. Tapos, bakit negative evidence, sa ibaba may example. So maganda talaga siya na review material. So ito yon. Then yung mga flow chart na tinuturo ko sa inyo, dito rin ang galing. Magpa-reproduce kayo nito kung gusto nyo in advance na ano to siya. Ito di ba sa San Beda at sa UP, yan ang pinakamagaling class when it comes sa bar exam. So ito ang ganda talaga ng reviewer nila. And some of the mnemonics dito ko rin nakukuha. So mga ano yan, 5 years ago. Grabe, masyado na ako matanda, no? Okay, so okay na ba? Masyadong grabe naman yung introduction ko ngayon. Okay, sige. Introduction pa lang yun, ha? Okay, sige. Baka naiinis na kayo sa akin. Wala naman. Okay, so let's start with question. Of course, last, ano nyo palagi, always ko yan nilalagay sa taas ng test paper ninyo, yung instruction. Yan lang palagi ang tandaan nyo, class. Always follow the methods of answering CLA question. Read the question twice, think twice, answer once, kasi nga, erase answer will be marked wrong anyway. Then if you don't know the answer, you know how to answer, then apply the process of elimination. Sir, lahat po ba natitirang subject sa exam po bukas? Pinagtatanong po ni Rivera, sir. Thank you. Grabe naman, merong spokesperson si Rivera. Okay, yes, i-exam nyo bukas class. Pero 100 questions randomly. Okay? So, pero most likely, ang focus dapat ninyo is sa forensic science. Sa forensic science is yung ballistic, photography, and personal identification. Kasi sa toxicology, at yung isa doon is wala naman masyadong lumalabas doon. Konti lang, mga dalawa, tatlo. So, dapat mag-focus kayo class sa yung kinakailangan. Di ba? Okay, so be prepared lang class kasi 1 p.m. pa naman yung exam nyo doon. Okay, so yan. So, dito titingnan natin ngayon muna yung inyong, ayala, hindi nyo pa na-send yung scores nyo kay mamaya sa Leia. Mamaya na lang kukunin ko. Okay, dito na tayo mag-start muna sa forensic science class. Okay, kasi nagkaroon ako ng nagkaroon ako ng ano yung nagpa no, after ng board exam, nagpa-routing ako sa Facebook kung ano yung pinakamahirap na area, nagpa-survey rather. Sabi nila is forensic science. So that's why i-simplify natin ang forensic science class. Okay? So makinig mabuti Okay. Okay, dito tayo sa question number 1. Ako muna magbabasa. Okay, so you are a polygraph examiner. Ganito ang pag-construct ng question sa board exam class Okay, so you are a polygraph examiner conducting a test. Okay, bakit putol-putol ako? Putol-putol ba? Patingin muna. Okay na? Pa-check mo na class, baka hindi nyo bumalik na. Okay, kasi kakatapos na ng ulan dito eh. Ganito pala yun kapag mag-exam ng August, ulan palagi. Okay, so ayan. Ulitin natin. Okay, so you are a polygraph examiner conducting a test. During the session, the subject moves their arm significantly for a few seconds, then stops. This movement causes disturbances in the cardio and galvanograph tracings. So you notice M markings on the chart. So what should you do to address this movement during chart interpretation? Mamaya class, on the page 11, nandun ipapakita ko sa inyo or ima-master natin yung different markings on the chart. So ano ba yung sabihin ng M? M is movement, di ba? what is meant by L marking. Siyempre, tumawa siya, ibig sabihin laugh, okay, something like that. So mamaya ipapakita ko sa inyo one by one para makita ninyo kung ano yung ano natin dito. Sabi niya, what should you do to address this movement during chart interpretation? So meaning class, ang board exam ngayon, parang kinakausap kayo ng tanong, di ba? Okay, so you are the polygraph examiner. A, ignore the markings as they are irrelevant. Letter B, reassure the subject and note the movement's duration of the chart. Letter C, retest the subject immediately after detecting the movement, or disregard the cardio tracing entirely and focus only on galvanograph. Okay, so ano sagutin nyo dyan? That is letter? Okay, the answer is letter B. Okay, so no need class na i-retest mo kasi movement lang naman yan that is normal. Okay, reassure the subject and note the movement's duration on the chart. Okay, ilang times ba siya nag-move or yung kanyang movement? So, i-mark mo yun class. So, that is letter B ang gagawin mo class. Kasi nga, you are a polygraph examiner. Hindi naman pwedeng i-disregard mo yun or hindi mo pwedeng i-ignore yun. Hindi mo pwedeng i-retest. Okay, so you reassure the subject class and you note lang yung movement's duration on the chart. Okay, the answer is letter B. Okay, so I hope clear na yan ha. Okay, next number 2. Okay, ako muna hanggang number 5. So during a polygraph test, the subject's pneumograph tracing shows rapid and shallow breathing after being asked a relevant question. Okay, so pag sinabi nating pneumograph, so that is on the respiration or breathing, di ba? So after being asked a relevant question, when I say relevant question, meaning that is connected to the case or connected to the issue, so that is a relevant case. So the baseline changes significantly and includes notch inhalations. So what might this indicate and how should it be addressed? Letter A, it indicates deception. Probe the subject immediately. Letter B, it suggests nervousness. The subject should be reassured before proceeding. Letter C, it means the equipment is malfunctioning and needs recalibration. And letter D, it indicates the test must be restarted with new questions. Okay, what is your answer, class? Okay, so rapid and shallow breathing, ibig sabihin mabilis, tapos yung paghinga masyadong malalim, di ba? Okay, so ano yung gagawin nyo? What is this indication ngayon? Okay, ang sagot ng majority is bravo. Okay, the answer is, okay, so again, sorry, what is our answer? Okay, that is bravo. So that is, it suggests nervousness. The subject should be reassured before proceeding. Hindi naman agad-agad class, ibig sabihin na deception yan na. Okay, so hindi ibig sabihin deception agad-agad. Kasi malalaman mo yan after the chart probing. So that's why nervousness class. Di ba kapag masyado nating hinahabol yung hininga natin or masyadong mabilis, ibig sabihin we are nervous or we are kinakabahan. Wow, konyo naman yun. Okay. So, syempre that is letter B. Okay, nervousness lang yan. Okay, later on pa natin malalaman on the chart interpretation kung ano ba siya, kung ano tawag natin dito, kung nagsisinungaling ba siya o hindi, or is that deception or not. So again, that is letter B. Okay, next, number 3. So a defense attorney wishes to introduce polygraph evidence to support their client's claim of innocence. So the judge allows the polygraph result because both parties agreed in written stipulation before the test was conducted. So during cross-examination, the prosecution questioned the examiner's qualification. So which factor is most crucial for the admissibility of this polygraph evidence? Letter A, the judge agreement to admit the evidence. Letter B, the qualifications and credibility of the polygraph examiner. Letter C, the written stipulation between both parties. And letter D, the polygraph instruments calibration records. Sabi niya dito, kine-question nila ngayon ang qualifications or meaning the credibility of the polygraph examiner or the forensic psychophysiologist, di ba? The other term class for polygraph examiner is tinatawag natin na forensic psychophysiologist. Okay? That's why, anong sagot natin dito? Okay, may sumagot ng Bravo, may sumagot ng Charlie. So since ang kine-question nila class is the credibility and the qualifications of the polygraph examiner who conducted the test, the That's why ang very crucial class para ma-admit ang polygraphic evidence based on the Doebert standard, di ba? Meron tayong tinatawag na Doebert standard, Daubert. Okay, that is the Doebert standard. Ma-accept lang ngayon ang polygraph examination result based on the expertise and credibility of the polygraph examiner or the forensic psychophysiologist. That's why the answer would be letter B. So the qualifications and credibility of the polygraph examiner is crucial class for the admissibility of the polygraph examiner. Okay, that is letter B. Nagets ba? Naintindihan niyo, class? Naintindihan niyo ba ako or si mama ko lang nakaintindi sa akin? Grabe no. Okay na, okay na? Nagets niyo? Nasusundan, magkaparehas ba tayo ng wavelength? Baka masyado na akong immortal. Sige. Okay, good. Okay, so again, that is letter B. Mamaya, i-explain ko yun sa inyo anong kaibahan ni Doebert standard at ni, ano yung isa? Okay, the Fry standard. Okay, para mas magets ninyo, class. Okay, next, dito tayo sa number 4. Okay, number 4. Okay, a polygraph test on a suspect yields an inconclusive result. Okay, so paki-off muna ng microphone yung class, yung iba. So the examiner notes that the suspect displayed nervous behavior and took medication for anxiety before the test. So what should the examiner do next? Letter A, declare the subject deceptive and close the case. Letter B, administer the test again immediately. Letter C, recommend a drug screening and reschedule the polygraph. Letter B, modify the question and repeat the test without addressing the medication. What is your answer? Okay, kapag inconclusive yung result, meaning that is not admitted, tapos nag-take pala siya ng medication or ng medicine before the test, is that allowed? Okay, kasi di ba may ano tayo? Okay, our answer would be, okay, syempre that is letter C. Syempre, you will recommend a drug screening and reschedule the polygraph class. Kasi di ba, kapag he is not physically or psychologically ready, so that's why ipagpaliban muna or i-reschedule muna ang polygraph test examination. So again, the answer would be letter, okay, that is letter C. Okay, next, number 5. So an examiner reports a false negative result during a polygraph test. Upon review, it is found that the subject had knowledge of the crime but was not directly involved. The physiological responses were misinterpreted as truthful. So what steps can minimize errors like this in the future polygraph test? Anong gagawin natin? Letter A, use only cardio tracings for interpreting responses. Letter B, standardize the qualifications and training of the examiner. Letter B, avoid asking relevant questions during the test or use less sensitive instrument to minimize overreaction. Kasi di ba meron tayong tinatawag na false negative and ano yung isa? False positive. Okay. So para maiwasan natin yan in the future class, anong gagawin natin? Okay, so kailangan ba natin i-avoid ang pag-ask ng relevant question during the test? Siyempre, hindi naman pwedeng irrelevant lahat. Meron naman yan, series, di ba? Okay, hindi naman pwede nating tawag dito, napigilan yung examiner na mag-ask ng relevant question. So, anong sagot natin dito? Okay, so syempre we will conduct a standardized qualifications and trainings for the examiner class. Okay, para maiwasan yung pagkaroon ng false positive and false negative na resulta. Okay, again, that is letter B. So standardized qualifications and training of the examiner. Okay, next, number 6. Okay, number 6, sinong pwede magbasa, class? Can you raise your hand? Okay. Si Daphne. Wala si Daphne ata dito. Ay, nandito si Daphne pala. Number 6. Sino?
Putol-putol, coach. Ako ba?
Lalaki naman yun. Okay, sige. Okay. Ay, sige, sige. Daphne, go ahead. Nawala si Daphne? Ay, naputol-putol
Wala.
na.
Number
Ah,
6.
Okay, go ahead. Oh,
Ako ba? Oh,
sige, sige, diretso.
number 6. During a polygraph test, a loud noise from outside the testing room causes a sharp disturbance in the pneumograph and galvanograph tracings. The chart is marked with OSN to indicate the interference. What should the examiner do in this situation? A. Continue the test without addressing the interference. B. Repeat the affected question after confirming the noise source. C. Ignore the tracing disturbance and proceed to the next question. And letter D. Stop the test entirely and schedule a retest. Answer ko po, Coach, is letter B po.
Letter B. Okay, titignan natin ha. Okay, so during a polygraph test, a loud noise from outside the testing room causes a sharp disturbance in the pneumograph and galvanograph tracings. Tanda nyo, class, tinanong yan sa board exam kung ano ba daw ang itsura ng polygraph examination room. So, di ba, ang polygraph examination room dapat, ano yan, anong tawag natin doon? Yung hindi marinig? Soundproof. And of course, that is avoid distraction, di ba? So the chart is marked with OSN to indicate the interference. So what should the examiner do in this situation? Okay, ano sagot natin dito? Okay, so syempre that is, anong gagawin? Okay, letter B or letter C? Okay, bravo. Okay, syempre, we will repeat the affected question after confirming the noise source. So, hindi natin pwedeng i-ignore lang yan, class, ha? Kasi malay mo, iba pala yung narinig niya kaysa sa tinanong mo. So, meaning, hindi natin pwedeng i-ignore yon kasi maging inconclusive ang result kapag in-ignore natin yung hindi naman masyado niya narinig na tanong. Okay, so again, that is letter B. Okay, always use your common sense. Okay, next, number 7. Okay, nandito si Napalia. Wala si Napalia dito, ah. Si? 40? 40, wala siya dito eh. Okay, sana na lang. Si Dumagat. Dumagat? Raymond?
Good
Lalaki
evening,
naman to.
Coach.
Bakit na kinikilig kayo? Okay, sige. Number 7.
Am I audible po?
Yes, yes.
Number 7. While answering an irrelevant question during polygraph test, the subject burst out laughing, causing significant disruption in all three tracings. The examiner marks L on the chart. What is the appropriate next step for the examiner? Was it letter A, disregard the disruption and proceed to the next question? Letter B, mark the laughter and note its impact on the tracing. Letter C, reassure the subject and allow them time on regain composure before continuing. Or letter D, assume the laughter indicates deception and end the test. My answer, Coach, would be letter B po. Mark the laughter and note its impact on the tracing, if I'm not mistaken po. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So anong sagot niya dito, class? Sabi niya dito, while answering an irrelevant question during a polygraph test, the subject burst out laughing, so causing significant disruption in all three tracings. So the examiner marks L, meaning tumawa siya on the chart. So what is the appropriate next step for the examiner? Kasi tumawa siya, class. Anong gawin natin? Sampalin natin? Okay, so ang gagawin natin dyan is, syempre, letter C, that is reassure the subject and allow them time to regain composure before continuing. Sampalin mo muna para tumigil, para before ka mag-proceed. Okay, joke lang yan ha. So again, dapat, ano mo muna siya. Okay, tukon. Grabe naman sa Bisaya. Ano mo na, you let him muna or you let her to regain his composure before continuing class. Kasi pangit naman no na tumatawa siya tapos nag-continue siya or nag-continue ka lang. So again, that is letter C. Okay, so application class ang ating mga tanungan class ha, baka magtaka kayo. Okay, dapalot. Grabe naman yun. Okay, next, number 8. Okay, number 8. Sige, Javel, can you read number, ano? Number 8. Wala si Javel?
Late po ata yung... okay sir, kita na.
Sige, okay na?
Rinig ko ba, coach?
Yes, yes.
Okay na, sir. Shows flat response with no significant physiological changes, even during relevant questions. The examiner suspects the subject is deliberately suppressing reactions. What should the examiner do address this issue? A. Increase the sensitivity of the polygraph equipment and repeat the test. C. Reassure the subject, prove for the lack of responses, and consider rephrasing questions. D. Assume the subject is truthful and conclude the test.
Okay, sige. What is your answer, class? Sabi niya dito, a subject chart shows flat responses with no significant physiological changes, meaning walang pagbabago when it comes to cardio, pneumo, and galvano. So even during relevant question, the examiner suspects the subject is deliberately suppressing reaction, meaning class, masyado niyang pinipeke. Okay, what should the examiner do to address decision? Ang gagawin niyo mo kapag you are a polygraph examiner, kapag ito yung ma-encounter mo ngayon? Okay, anong gagawin natin? So, ang gagawin mo, syempre, reassure the subject, probe for the lack of response, and consider rephrasing the questions. Okay, baka kailangan mo i-rephrase or restructure ang tanungan para makuha mo yung responses, lalong-lalo na sa relevant question. Kasi yun ang kailangan natin yung sa relevant question, that is the basis ngayon, di ba? Okay, that is letter C ang sagot natin dyan. Okay, next, number 9. Okay, number 9, can you read si ano? Sino? Si Patalinghog, Christine, number 9.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
A subject complains discomfort from the blood pressure cuff during the polygraph test, causing disturbance in all three tracing. The chart is marked with arm. How should the examiner proceed?
Okay, so what is your answer, class? Sabi niya dito, a subject complains of discomfort from the blood pressure cuff during the polygraph test. Okay, saan ba yung blood pressure cuff natin matatagpuan?
Right side.
Right side. Okay, so causing disturbances in all three tracings. So the chart is marked with arm. So how should the examiner proceed? Ano magiging sagot natin for number 9? Okay, for number 9, so we will pause the test. Okay, adjust the cuff and ensure the subject is comfortable before resuming class. Okay, baka matuok or baka mamatay na yan kasi hindi mo i-adjust. Okay, masyadong uncomfortable or hindi siya komportable. So that is letter C. Okay, so letter C daw kasi mahaba. Hindi ganun Okay, walang ganon sa board exam. Okay, next, number 10. Okay, number 10, can you read si sino? Pagtama? Julisis, number 10.
Good evening,
Sino?
sir.
Okay, mamaya. Sige, number 10.
Number 10. During a relevant question, the subject voice changes significantly, and the chart is marked with VC. This change corresponds to a break in the cardio tracing. What might the examiner infer from this observation? Alpha, the subject may be trying to mask deception. Bravo, the equipment malfunctioned during the question. C, the question was irrelevant to the subject. Delta, the voice changes has no impact on the polygraph result. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. So sabi niya dito, voice change. That's why letter VC ang ima-mark natin. So this change corresponds to a break in the cardio tracing. So what might examiner infer from this observation? Kapag you are the polygraph examiner, kapag there is a voice change the moment na you ask a relevant question which is connected to the case and issue, so anong gagawin mo? Okay, so ang gagawin mo dyan, class, is the subject may be trying to mask deception. So that is letter A. So ayan, tingnan nyo, hindi siya mahaba, pero siya yung sagot, di ba? Okay, so again, that is letter A, class. So again, the subject may be trying to mask deception, meaning nagtatago siguro. Okay, so gusto niyang pikein o ipeke yung test mismo. Okay, the answer is letter Okay, that is letter A. Okay, next, we will proceed sa question number 10. Ay, number 11 rather. Okay, number 11. Okay, can you read si ano? Kaimor? Kaimor, number 10.
Good evening, Coach.
Good evening. Sige.
A subject caught during irrelevant questions, disrupting the cardio and galvanograph tracings. The examiner marks CT on the chart. What should the examiner do next? A. Ignore the disruption and continue to the next question. B. Reassure the subject and repeat the question after the cut. C. Report the disruption as a sign of deception. D. End the test immediately and schedule a retest. Thank you, Coach.
Okay, thank you. So what is your answer, class, for number 7? So a subject ka during a relevant question, umubo rather, disrupting the cardio and galvanograph tracing. So the examiner marks CT, kasi nga umubo, okay, on the chart. So what should the examiner do next? So ang gagawin ng examiner is letter B, syempre, reassure the subject and repeat the question after the cup. Okay, so again, that is letter B. Okay, nagets ba? Okay, so meron tayong tinatawag, class, na signs and symbols commonly used in polygraph examination. Okay, so isa-isa natin na. Okay, so we have, nakalagay dito yung X dash, okay, so yung 60, then 1.5A, that is the first markings of the examiner on the chart. Tandaan nyo, then yung double X, okay, then slash 60, then slash 1.5A, that is the examiner's mark after the test. Okay, sundan nyo ito, class, ha, para hindi kayo mawala. Okay, nakasunod kayo? Okay, then pag sinabi nating X, okay, ibig sabihin that is the start of the test. Double X, ibig sabihin end of the test. Okay, nakuha? Ulitin natin. Yung single X, that is start of the test. Then double X, that is the end of the test. Nakasunod ba kayo dyan? Or baka may nag-baby time kayo dyan, ha? Babagsak talaga kayo. Dito kayo tumingin sa akin. Okay, next. We have 60. Okay, yung 60, class, that is millimeter of mercury shown in psychometer dial. Okay, so 'di ba kapag nagkakaroon tayo ng mmHg, tama? Are you familiar with that? Yung kapag nagkumuha tayo ng blood pressure, 'di ba? So nakalagay doon mmHg, meaning that is millimeter of mercury. So then 60, that is shown in sphygmomanometer. Then 1.5 ohms of skin on the electrical resistance. Then yung A or M, it refers to the automatic or manual galvo amplifier used. Automatic, then manual. Dalawa kasi yan. Then yung double, ganito, class, yung ano tawag natin dito? Bar ba yun? Okay, basta ganito. Okay, so that is the particular point where each question begins and end, also called stimulus mark. Again, ulitin natin, yung dalawang ano na yan, ibig sabihin yan, that is a stimulus mark. So again, where each point begins and end. Nagets ba? Okay na tayo dito sa first slide? Okay na, gets? Yung sa Zoom, okay na kayo? Para mag-proceed tayo sa next slide. Okay, next, we have, ano yan? Yung X60. Ay, okay. X-60 or 1.5A, ibig sabihin that is yung first marking na ilalagay natin doon, class, on the chart kapag nag-chart probing na tayo or nagma-marking. Then double X, 60, then 1.5A, that is the mark after the test. Doon sa pinakadulo, class, in the chart probing or in the chart marking. Okay na? Okay na? Ay, iba pa rin yung okay na. Okay, sige. Akala, okay. Yes, pag chart probing na natin or yung interpretation na natin. Okay, chart probing or chart interpretation. Kahit isa lang, sir. Anong kahit isa lang? Ay, yung kinam? Okay, ba pala? Okay, so ano ba? Sa una po. Yeah, yes. Single X lang sa una. Katulad ng ito, yung X natin. Start of the test, yung double X, end of the test. A or M, sir, paulit. Okay, yung A, that is automatic. Yung M is manual. Ang automatic, class, di ba, meron tayong automatic agad-agad. Katulad ng mga polygraph, polygraph test, yung machine natin na ginagamit. May automatic, meaning after ng polygraph test examination, lalabas na agad ang tracing na interpret na automatic. Then manual is kailangan mo pa manually i-chart probing. Nakatry kayo niyan sa school nyo? Okay, 'di ba? Nakatry kayo niyan, 'di ba? Pero ang sa school ninyo sa school namin kasi mayaman ang school namin, meron kaming manual at meron kaming automatic, okay, 'di ba? So para mas madali, mas mabilis niyo class makuha yung automatic kasi nandoon na ilalabas na yan na masi-masi na. Okay, ilalabas niya na agad sa screen or ilalabas niya na agad class. Pwede mo na siya ma-print anytime yung class, yung resulta ng polygraph test result. So dito sa ARM, yung sa Galvo amplifier, so sa galvanometer natin class, merong automatic and of course meron na ring manual. Okay, so ayan, photocopies lang meron. Okay, so ayan. So parang hindi kayo kaya pala minsan hindi makarelate no yung iba kasi hindi pala nila nahawakan ang automatic polygraph exam polygraph machine then yung manual. Sa amin kasi is bago kami mag-automatic magdadaan muna kami sa manual. Okay, magma-manual muna kami. I-chart probing kami doon. Tapos after that is yung pinakita ko last time, yung sa, di ba ako nagturo ng lie detection. So yun ang automatic class. After the polygraph test examination, lalabas na agad ang probing. Makikita mo na yung tracing agad-agad. Hindi mo na kailangan pa i-manual na ipoprobe or i-mark. Okay? So yan. Okay, so balikan nyo ah. Okay, next, another slide. Dito tayo, class. Okay, kapag positive sign, again, kapag positive sign, class, ibig sabihin, that is yes, answer to the question, meaning your subject answered yes to that question. Then kapag negative sign naman, meaning your subject class answered no, okay, to the question. Nagets ba? Okay, again, may cream lab kami pero walang gamit ng ganito. Delikado. Malabot yung teacher na turo sa amin yan. Yan, si din kami umabot. Ha? Delikado talaga. Mahirap pala kalabanin si Tumagat. Okay, so umabot sa din. Okay, so yan. Again, ulitin natin class, yung plus or positive sign, that is yes, answer to the question. Negative sign naman is no answer to the question. Nung nagtuturo ako nito sa college, kasi ang dali lang kasi wala akong hinahawakan na libro, wala automatic ini-explain ko. Sabi na, bakit na-memorize mo yun, sir? Paborito kong subject to Lahat na lang paborito mo. Okay, so again, ulitin natin, plus positive na markings class. Ibig sabihin, sa time na yon, yes ang sinabi niya or ang sinagot niya sa question. Kapag negative naman or minus sign, meaning ang kaniyang sagot sa tanong na yon is, okay, negative. Okay, so yan, that is, galingan mo dumagat. Okay, so pero no pressure. Okay. Next, we have A. Okay, kapag A naman ang nakita mo class sa chart markings, meaning there is an adjustment na nangyari. Okay, again, ulitin natin. Sa crime lab namin, puro ahas, mga ahas naka-display, nakalunod sa formalin. Ay, okay, yung friend mo sana nilagay mo doon. Okay, so again, ulitin natin. Kapag A ang nakita nyo sa chart markings, ibig sabihin there is an adjustment. Kapag T naman class, ano ibig sabihin? Ano? T? Okay, so yung T class, ibig sabihin, the subject talk, ibig sabihin nagsalita siya instead of answering with a single yes or no. Yung mga bida-bida to. Okay, joke lang. Okay, ulitin natin. Pag sinabi nating T class, ibig sabihin during that time, instead of it answering yes or no, nagsumagot siya ng kahit ano, okay? Hindi related doon. That is T. Okay, next, yung R naman. So yung subject request for repetition of the question. Pwede mo pa ulitin, sir? Ma'am, kapag nagsabi niya sa ganon, ibig sabihin, ilalagay mo na sa tracing during the time, the subject request for repetition. Okay? Then of course, coughing. Okay? So, ibig sabihin that is, umubo siya. Okay? During the time. Okay? So, ilagay mo na yung letter C doon. Then kapag there is a noise na nasagap during the polygraph test or ongoing ang polygraph test, so that is, okay, ang ilagay mo na markings, letter N. Okay? So, yan. That is, natin. Then yung S naman is psi, may nasabi ko resign. Di ba? Okay. Mga bobo. Joke na, iba pa yun. Okay, so ayan, that is letter S. Okay, so parang napabuntong hininga ka, kumbaga. Di ba? So yan, that is S. Okay, next we have PJ. Okay, PJ class, parang iba yung tunog nila. Okay, PJ is paper jam. Okay, so again, that is nagkaroon ng paper jam. Okay, so then we have SN. Okay, the subject sniffed. Sniffed. Ano yung sniff? Parang gano'n, no? Okay, so ayan. Then we have what is BI? Okay, ibig sabihin, nagbigay ka ng instruction doon sa subject na huminga siya. Breathing instruction. Okay, nagets ba? Okay, so again, that is suyo. Okay, ulit mo nga to, Torrejos, pakibasa mo from positive down to BI. Ulitin mo para mas ma-retain sa utak ng mga kaklase. Okay, sana si Torrijos? Wala si Torrijos? Bakit nawala? Yung coach. Wala na lang. Sige. Okay, sige. Scene. Okay, scene. Can you read? De La Cruz daw. Kasi, request ni Ibasco, ni friend mo. Okay, scene. Pakibasa from positive down to breathing. Wala? Okay, si na lang. Napalia? Paborito niyo si Napalia, Si Malibog. Malibog? Wala naman siya dito. Okay, sige. Ay, nandito na si Torrejos. Baka i-bash tayo ng Torrejos mamaya eh. Okay, sige. Ay, wala. Sige, si Cervantes na lang. Cervantes, pakibasa nga si Patutuya. Okay, pakibasa from positive to BI. Sana si Cervantes.
Audible.
Yes, yes. Nasa bahay na po si Napalia, coach. Grabe na Javel ah. Inuwi mo na pala. Okay, sige.
Hello,
Yes,
audible,
yes.
coach.
Yes, yes, Patutuya. Okay, go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
Positive signs. Positive signs means yes, answer to a questions. Negative signs, no, answer to a question.
Putol-putol, coach.
Okay lang, okay lang. Diretso.
Subject talk instead of answering with single yes or no. R, subject request for repetition of question. C, coughing kay umubo.
Okay.
N, noise. S, signed by the subject. PJ, paper jam. SN, subject sniff. BI, breathing instruction.
Okay, sige. Mabuti na survive ni Patutuya, no? Okay, ulitin natin, class. Positive sign, okay, that is yes answer to a question. Negative sign, no answer to question. Letter A, adjustment. Letter T, talk instead of answering with a yes or no. Letter R, repetition of the question. Letter C, coughing. Letter N, noise. S, sigh with the subject. Paper jam, subject sniffed, and breathing instruction. Para makuha yung coach, baka bulabas. Okay, so ayan. Lalabas talaga itong class. Okay, kung hindi lalabas, kayo na lang ang lumabas. Okay, so yan. Okay, that is, natin. Okay, so, positive sign. Okay, next, dito tayo. Next slide. Okay, so next slide naman, class, we have the OS. Okay, ano pag sinabi natin OS? Okay, that is tracing change caused by outside, baka man yung spelling ko. Okay, outside stimulus. Okay, ganun ulitin natin. Pag sinabi natin OS, ibig sabihin, there is changes caused by outside stimulus. Then, coach, wala po lumalabas na PPT. Ha? Wala ba? Pa-check daw muna, class. Kung walang lumalabas, baka walang lumalabas na.
Meron, coach.
Ay, meron? Ay, baka nasa mo lang, nasa wifi mo. Sige lang, class, kapag yumaman ako, pabilhan ko kayo isa-isa ng Starlink. Okay, so again, that is, okay, OS class, ulitin natin. That is, there is a changes caused by outside stimulus. Ibig sabihin, wala kang hawak doon or wala kang, kumbaga wala kang doon kasi nga outside stimulus or outside force. Then, letter M, ibig sabihin, there is a movement na nangyari. Then, IM naman class, that is movement instruction. Then we have L, tumawa ka. Ha, ha, ha. Ay, la pala. Okay, then we have B, used to signify belch. Okay, so again, what is belch? Anong belch? Ha? Sinturon? Busy. Ay, sorry. Ano yung belch? What is belch? B-E-L-C-H. What is belch? Bighay. Okay. Lumighay ka, class. Okay? Very good talaga tong anak ko na si ano. Okay? So, what is belch? Okay, sige, isampulan mo nga, dighay. Okay? So, belch 1. Okay, yung parang ganon. Okay, belch. Okay, then how about, sorry. Okay, how about C+? Okay, kapag C++, C2. Okay, so ibig sabihin, there is an increase in galvano sensitivity. We have letter C, C negative. Of course, there is a decrease in galvano or galvo sensitivity. And of course, Y, ion. What is ion? Hikab. Okay, so ayan, hikab, no? Okay, sa Bisaya is nanguyab, sa Ilonggo na nabuang. Ay, hindi pala. Okay, naghikap. Iba naman yung hikap. Okay, so hikap is hinikap mo yung ano ba yung sa Ilonggo ang yon? Naghikap, natuyo. Okay. Okay, so yon. Okay, that is naghikap. Okay, next we have IS, ibig sabihin the ink stop. Okay, then of course CT, there is a clearing of throat. Okay, so paano nyo kiniklear ang throat nyo? Bakit mo alam? Okay, so yun daw. Okay, belch. Ano sa Bisaya ang belch, coach? Bisaya ng belch? Ano yun? Di ko alam. Ano siya? Nanguyab? Nanguyab ba? Yung kapon na lang para tapos na. Okay, so joke lang. Okay, again, ulitin natin. OS, ibig sabihin there is a outside stimulus. M, movement. I am, movement instruction. Then L, laugh. Then B, used to signify belch. C+, there's an increase in galvo sensitivity. C, negative, decrease in galvo sensitivity. Then Y, yon, IS, ink stop. And letter CT is clearing of throat. Okay, next we have Okay, so can you ano man. Okay, can you repeat again wait lang. Sino ba yung mga estudyante ko dito? Na iba. Si Domingo daw. Domingo. Okay. Domingo Alex. Pinakamatalino to sa sa FINMA. Okay, sige. Domingo, saan ka na? Wala po mic, sir. Atik talaga to sa Domingo. Huwag ka mapakita sa Baguio dito, ha? Bibigyan kita ng mic. Okay, sige. Kasi yan. Okay, next dito tayo si can you read again si Miller? Hispaniola. Miller Beckley. Okay, sige. Pakibasa again. Hispaniola. So, wala po sir akong mic. Bakit wala kayong mic lahat? Orderan ko nga kayo sa Shopee. Okay, nasa biyahe pa ako. Atik-atik to. Okay, sige. Si Julian. Julian, can you read again?
Hello, sir. Audible po.
Yes.
OS stand for tracing change caused by outside stimulus. M for movement. IM for movement instruction. L for laugh. B used to signify bletch. C plus increase in galvo sensitivity. C minus decrease in galvo sensitivity. Y for yawn. IS for ink stop. CT for clearing of throat.
Okay, sige, thank you. So yan class, yung mga ibang different charts and interpretations class. So i-master nyo lang yan kasi lalabas at lalabas yan sa board exam. So dapat na-master nyo yan. Okay, so that is natin. Okay, next for number 12. Can you read? Sinong pwede magbabasa for number 12? Can you raise your hand? For Sabal, go ahead.
Rinig, coach.
Yes.
Number 12. During a polygraph test, the subject's breathing becomes irregular with hyperventilation and frequent singing.
Anong
The
singing?
chart shows
Sign. Okay. Diretso.
sign. The chart shows a significant perfect ka talaga.
Okay. Okay. Siguro may customer ka na naman kanina na ni-sightseeing mo. Diretso. Okay.
The chart
Diretso na.
shows a significant baseline change in the pneumograph tracing. How should the examiner address this behavior? A. Interpret it as a sign of deception and conclude the test. B. Pose the test to calm the subject and ensure they are comfortable before continuing. C. Disregard the breathing pattern. Focus on galvanic responses. D. Adjust the requirements to filter out respiratory responses. Thank you,
Anong
Coach.
requirements? Equipment yan, no? Di ba sabi? Walang tulog to si si Versabal siguro. Bakit requirements sinabi mo? Okay, sige. Delikado to Siguro nag-sightseeing ka na naman sa Boracay, no? Kasi ano yan? May-ari to ng Boracay kasi si Bersaban. Kaya free ang Boracay pagpunta natin. Ay, dumaan si HR. Dumaan si HR. Hi kay HR. Okay, sige. So, during a polygraph test, so we have, ano dito? Okay, the subject breathing becomes irregular with hyperventilation and frequent sighing. The chart shows a significant baseline change in pneumograph tracing. How should the examiner interpret and address this behavior? Siyempre, you need to pause the test to calm the subject and ensure they are comfortable before continuing class. Again, ulitin natin, hindi ka pwedeng basta-basta na lang mag-continue if hindi comfortable or hindi komportable ngayon ang subject mo class. Okay? So dapat mo manang i-pause yan. Dapat ensure na hindi siya nagkakaroon ng hyperventilation or masyadong kinakabahan kasi syempre affected yung magiging resulta niyan class in case. Okay, next we have number 13. Okay, so number 13, yung pwede? Can you raise your hand? Okay, si Torrejos. Sige, number 13.
Bring lang, Coach.
Yes.
Okay. Number 13. A subject talk excessively during the polygraph test, providing explanations unrelated to the questions asked. The chart is marked with D. What should the examiner do handle this situation? A. Allow the subject to continue talking. B. Instruct the subject diplomatically to only answer yes or no. C. Interpret the talking as deceptive behavior. D. Stop the test and reschedule it.
Okay. Akala ko iPhone na naman nahulog. Okay, what is your answer, class? Sabi a subject talk excessively during the polygraph test, providing explanation unrelated to the question asked. The chart is marked with D, so what should the examiner do to handle this? Kasi nga masyadong talkative or masyadong bida-bida siguro yung subject mo. So ang gagawin mo is instruct the subject diplomatically to answer only yes or no, class. So yung mga unrelated or irrelevant ngayon, so dapat hindi na yan kasali. Okay, so dapat it should be answered by a yes or no. Okay, next, number 14. Can you read, sinong pwede dito, class? Can you raise again? Okay, Ibasco? Okay, number 14 na Basco.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Sige.
Okay po. Number 14. An examiner misreads a subject's physiological responses and reports a truthful subject as deceptive. This is later identified as a false positive. What could prevent similar errors in the future? A. Eliminate the use of polygraph tests. B. Ensure better examiner training and standardization in chart interpretation. C. Use only one physiological measure for simplicity. D. Increase the sensitivity of the equipment. Thank you, sir.
Okay, what is your answer, class? So this later identified as false positive. So what could prevent similar errors in the future? Stin, ang sagot niya dyan is ensure better examiner training and standardization in chart interpretation. So meaning dapat there is an SOP no, na isusunod. Then dapat credible or qualified ngayon ang polygraph examiner or forensic psychophysiologist. Okay, next, number 15. Number 15, si Nibal. Go ahead.
Good evening, Coach.
Good evening.
Number 15. A subject experiences an involuntary muscle spasm during a relevant question, causing a sharp ring in the galvanograph tracing. The examiner marks IM on the chart. How should the examiner handle this observation? A. Treat it as irrelevant to the test result. B. Investigate the cause of the movement and repeat the question if necessary. C. Assume the involuntary movement is a sign of deception. D. End the test and record the results as inclusive. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you. Sabi niya dito, the examiner marks IM. What is IM na kanina sabi ko? That is movement instruction, di ba? So how should the examiner handle this observation? So that's why ang gagawin niya, syempre, investigate the cause of the movement and repeat the question if necessary. So kasi class, kapag sa board exam, itatanong niya what is IM stands for, medyo madali niya makuha ang sagot. So ngayon, ang itatanong nila kasi application type, so tatanungin ka kung ikaw yung polygraph examiner, paano mo yun ma-address yung issue na yun. So huwag kayong magtaka-klasan na ganito na yung style ng tanungan sa board exam. Okay, next, number 16. Okay, number 16, can you read Mendoza? Mendoza?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Sige, Apple. Nakita na ba kita, Apple, sa personal? Wala pa.
Yes, sir.
Ay, nakita na tayo. Sige. Okay. Sige. Sige, number 16.
How can the formulation of questions impact chart interpretation? A. It has no significant impact. B. Proper phrasing makes chart interpretation easier. C. It prevents subjects from answering falsely. D. It removes irrelevant responses. Thank you, sir.
Okay, sige. What is your answer, class? How can the formulation of questions impact chart interpretation? Okay, letter A, it has no significant impact. Letter B, proper phrasing makes chart interpretation easier. Letter C, it prevents subject from answering falsely. And letter D, it removes irrelevant responses. Okay, bakit kinakailangan talaga, class, ang pag-formulate ng question? Okay, or tama yung pag-create ng question, class, di ba? Bago ka mag-conduct ng polygraph test, aside from i-ready mo ang subject mo, kailangan tama rin ang pag-formulate mo ng mga tanong, di ba? Kung napagdaanan nyo yan during your college days, sa amin kasi napagdaanan talaga namin to. So, yung actual mismo class. So, ang gagawin natin dyan, how can the formulation of question impact chart interpretation? Siyempre, kailangan natin ng proper phrasing makes chart interpretation easier. So dapat the question is easy to understand by the subject. Hindi yung masyadong complicated ang pag-create mo. So dapat tama yung rephrase or pag-structure mo ng tanungan pagdating sa ano. So it will make the chart interpretation easier and faster. So again, that is letter B. Okay, next, number 17. Okay, number 17, sinong next? Si De La Serna, Jerome De La Serna. Can you read number 17? Wala? Okay, sige. Sino naman, sino pwede, class? Can you raise your hand and clap your hands? Ay, hindi. Si Cominghod. Okay, Cominghod, can you read 17?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Audible po ba, Coach?
Yes, yes. Ito, class, lumabas to last February if I'm not mistaken. Ito mismo. Okay, sige, yung cardinal rule in chart interpretation. Sige, pakibasa. Nawala siya o ako ang nawala? Wala? Nawala ba ako, class, or siya ang nawala? Hindi ko siya narinig eh. Hindi ko siya marinig. Wala? Paki-check daw muna. Lag ba? Paki-check daw. Okay na? Akala ko ako lang yung mag-isa natira, no? Okay, grabe naman. I miss you. Okay, sige. Naririnig niyo na ako, class? Naririnig na? Paki-check muna. Kasi biglang nawala eh. Parang yung nangyari sa amin. Ano? Okay, sige. Nag-lag pa rin kasi kanina, no? Okay, sige. Akala ko na mabuti na ako nagsalita. Nangyari yan sa akin one time nung tawag nito, nagkakaroon ako ng reporting doon sa University of Baguio sa Masteral. Tapos pa ng reporting ko, yun pala ako na lang mag-isa doon. Walang nakikinig pala, no? Okay, sige. Number 17, let's continue. Okay, number 17, can you read si ano? Sino yung kanina nagbasa? Yung last na nagbasa? Okay, sige. Okay, nakita niyo ng presentation? Visible na bang presentation, class?
Yes,
Visible?
Coach.
Okay, sige. Okay, pakibasa nga, number 17, si ano to? Reformina, Ralph, Ida. Ang ganda lang pangalan na. Sosyal. Di ba? Pangalan pa lang, mayaman na. Okay, Reformina. Nandyan ka, Reformina. Ito kasi sila
Opo,
mga
sir. Narinig po, Coach.
information to. Yes, yes. Audible ka.
Number 17. What is the cardinal rule in chart interpretation? A. Changes from normal are always psychological. B. Any change from normal requires an explanation. C. Emotional responses should be ignored. D. Mechanical errors are the most critical factor. Thank you po.
Okay, thank you. So, nyo class, itong tanong na to, lumabas na last February and yung last August 2024, lumabas rin itong tanong na to. So, yung what is the cardinal rule class in chart interpretation? Kapag hindi nyo to alam, matulog na lang kayo sa bahay nyo, di ba? Mag-exam na kayo, hindi nyo alam yung cardinal rule in chart interpretation. Sige, anong sagot nyo, class? What is your answer? Okay, ano ba yung kailangan natin? Kung sa investigation, meron tayong sinusunod na golden rule in investigation. Sa may lie detection class, meron na tayong tinatawag na chart interpretation or cardinal rule in chart interpretation. So, ang cardinal rule natin dyan is, okay, any changes from normal variation requires an explanation. Okay? Bakit tumaas dito? Bakit bumaba dito? Bakit nagkaroon ng flat? So, ibig sabihin, every normal variation class or responses requires an explanation. Para mga babae yan, kailangan din mag-explain ka, di ba? Okay? So, yan. It requires an explanation. Okay na ba? Bakit? Mahal mo ba ako? Yes. Explain mo. Grabe naman, may explanation pa. Okay, so that is what we call the chart interpretation class. And any variation or any changes requires an explanation. Nakuha ba? Okay, so that is letter B. Ang sagot natin dyan kasi baka in case na ilabas nila ulit. So, makakasagot at makakasagot kayo dyan. Okay, that is letter B ang sagot natin dyan. Okay, number 18. Okay, number 18, can you read sino pwede? Brigente, Cyrex, Brigente.
Audible, Coach?
Yes. Anong school ka? TCC? What is TCC nga?
Tagawan Community College, Coach.
Okay, sige. Okay, hindi pa ako nakapunta sa school ninyo. 18, pakibasa.
18, how many charts must show a specific response for it to be considered significant? A, 1 chart. B, at least 2 charts. C, all test charts. D, any number of charts.
Okay, sige. What is your answer, class? Sabi niya, how many charts must show a specific response for it to be considered significant? At least 1 or 1, at least 2, at least all test charts or any of the charts or any of the number. So, kailangan natin, class, is at least 2 charts. Again, ulitin natin. Ano bang sagot nyo? All of test charts. Okay, again, ulitin natin. That is at least 2 charts, class. Again, letter B ang sagot natin to be considered as significant. Okay, that is bravo. Okay, next, number 19. Okay, number 19, can you read Lutz Chavez? Lutz Chavez, HTC? Holy Trinity ka ba?
Yes po, Coach.
Sige.
Jensen po.
Jensen.
Audible po ba, Coach?
Yes, yes. Sige, go ahead.
Number 19. What is one purpose of chart proving? A. To alter the test result. B. To interpret unrelated question. C. To determine the reason for recorded responses. D. To eliminate nervousness permanently. Thank you po, Coach.
Okay, thank you. Sabi niya, what is one purpose of chart probing? Letter A, to alter the test result. Letter B, to interpret unrelated question, to determine the reason for recorded response, and to eliminate the nervousness permanently. Ay, nag-top notcher pala si Chile Chavez at pre-board. Okay, very good. Ano yan? Ano sagot natin dyan, Cass? Ito rin, baka posibleng itatanong rin to sa this February. Okay, so what is one purpose of chart probing? Ano ba yung pinaka-purpose ng chart probing? Yung pinakamahaba ba? Joke lang. Okay, that is to determine the reason for recorded responses, class. Siyempre, yung record na response class is useless yan kapag hindi magkakaroon ng chart probing or kapag hindi yan siya na-interpret. Okay, that is the purpose of chart probing. Letter C. Okay, next, number 20. Number 20. Can you read number 20? Si ano? Sinong pwede dito? Okay, si Blaya. Blaya, number 20, please.
Good evening.
Okay, go ahead.
When a polygraph examination technically used, A. After a trial concludes, B. For police investigation and pre-employment screenings, C. Only in criminal cases, D. Exclusively for lie detection in civil legislation.
Okay, thank you. Sabi niya, when are polygraph examination typically used? Okay, letter A, after a trial concludes. Letter B, for police investigations and pre-employment screenings. Letter C, only in criminal cases. Or letter D, exclusively for lie detection in civil litigation. Okay, so kailan class ginagamit ang polygraph examination? So, syempre, usually class, ginagamit natin yan for police investigation and pre-employment screening. Yung pre-employment class, that is for the purpose na titignan natin yung suitability niya for employment. Okay, so that is letter B. Pero nakita nyo, no, yung lie detection parang pinaglalaroan na ng mga artista sa vlog nila. Di ba? Okay, kung ano ba siya, kung virgin ba daw siya o hindi. O, ganun. Tapos sa atin, patay na po, pinag-aaralan natin talaga, ano yung pinag-aaralan natin ng, tapos ginagawa lang nilang katatawanan, di ba? Okay, so, kapag makuryente daw, yes, kapag ano, kaya, ano, no? Okay, so medyo sa atin sacred tapos sa kanila ginagawa nilang ano lang parang ano tawag natin dito? Parang laruan, 'di ba? Okay. So, 'yan. Okay, number 20. Okay, next number. Akala ko ano yung tawag natin dito? Ano may mga question to sila na masyadong irrelevant. Okay, sino ba yun? Si Bea Alonso, no? Nakita ko rin yung kay Bea. Sino pa yun ang gumawa ng ano? Yun sila Barbie Fortesa ba yun? Tapos naghiwalay rin sila, no? Si Ivana Alawi, di ba? Mga buwa, ay mga buwa. Ha? Mami Tony? Sino yun? Tony Fowler. Si Tony Fowler. Okay, si Tony Fowler. Yun ang idol mo, no? Yun ang idol mo? Ay, gusto niya pala yung Mami Oni. Oh, okay, sige. Next. Ay, di ba may Mami Oni dito last time? Ay, si Erica, di ba? Okay, so okay, si Kong TV. Okay, so yan. Okay, next, number 21. Dito tayo. Okay, number 21, si Mayet. Mayet Abrenica, can you read number 21?
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Yes, sige. Good evening.
21. Why might polygraph results not be admissible in court? A. They are considered unreliable by all jurisdictions. B. Kang sir, the examiners lack standardized qualification. C. Judges are prohibited from considering them. D. They are never allowed as
Oh,
evidence.
ano yun? Parang robot lang siya,
Thank you,
ano?
sir.
Okay, baka sa ano lang, baka sa signal niya. Oh, okay. So, yan. Thank you. Ay, kakapasok mo lang, Lot Chavez, kasi parang first time ko na ano mo eh. Ay, naka-enroll ka pala sa akin. Ay, ano yung naguba pala. Nasira pala yung ano niya, cellphone. Okay, sige. Thank you. So why might polygraph results not be admissible? Okay. Siyempre, ay mahina pa din ang signal nila. Okay lang. Okay, so anong sagot natin dito? So, syempre, that is letter B. Okay, examiners lack standardized qualification class. Syempre, class, meron tayong the word standard and the Fry standard, di ba? Sa Fry standard is kung ma-accept ba as evidence or not yung polygraph test result, di ba? While sa the word standard naman, matatanggap lang daw ang polygraph test result based on the expertise and credibility of the expert testimony, meaning the one who conducted the polygraph test. So that is letter B. So dapat yung examiners lack standardized qualification, it will lead to the inadmissibility of the polygraph test result. So again, the answer would be letter B. Okay, next, number 21. Okay. Sino to si Uga? Ano na ba? Naka-file ka ba sa Angeline? Naka-file ka ngayon sa PRC? Nag-file ka? Sige. Okay lang. I-comment mo lang so ano. Okay, sige. Next, number 22, Lawrence. Ang student ko kasi si Uga. Okay, very good. So, ayan. So, good luck ha. Kasi parang ikaw lang ata magte-take ngayon sa inyo. So, wag mo lang sabihin para low-key lang. Okay, sige. Okay, number 22, Lawrence. Can you read number 22, please?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Number 22. Who decides the admissibility of polygraph evidence in a trial? A, the prosecutor. B, the defendant. C, the trial judge. And D, the court. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so sabi niya dito, who decides the admissibility of polygraph evidence in a trial? Pag nagkamali ka pa dito, meaning hindi ka tayo estudyante. Baka sa iba ka. Joke lang. Okay, so bitakwil. Okay, what is your answer, class? Okay. Kapag nagkamali ka dito, meaning bobo ka na talaga. Joke lang. Okay, anong sagot natin dito? Who decides the admissibility of polygraph evidence in a trial? Okay, anong sagot natin? The prosecutor, the defendant, the trial judge, or the court? Okay, syempre, that is walang sumagot ng ano, no? Okay, walang sumagot ng court. Kasi yan ako, bugbugin ng gavel. Okay, so again, the answer is letter C, the trial judge. I-refund ang bayad tapos bugbugin muna. Okay, so yan. That is letter C, the trial judge. Okay, so yan. Okay, so yan. May nagtanong sa akin, Sir, bakit ilang weeks lang yung review nyo sa Napolcom? Sabi ko na hindi naman CLE ang iti-take mo. Napolcom yan eh. Kahit 3 days lang ang review mo, kaya mong ipasa yan. Anong gusto mo? 1 year tayo mag-review ng Napolcom? Grabe talaga yung iba, no? Akala nila siguro kailangan talaga ng masyadong rigid na Kasi sabi ko, magsa-start ang review natin October 1 to 19 sa Napolcom. Sabi niya, Sir, bakit ang ikli? Sabi ko, bakit magbo-board exam ka ba? Napolcom yan, kahit 3 days na nga, kaya mong ipasa yan. Sabi niya, ay, ganun pala, sir. Ay, delikado to mga na to. Wala talagang kaalam-alam, no? Napolcom lang iti-take mo, 1 year talagang ang review mo, di ba? So, pumasa nga dito yung 80 plus, di ba? Na chill-chill lang yung ating review, ilang days lang, di ba? Tama, Sir Bantes? Okay, kaya yan. Okay, minsan gusto niya siguro 1 year yung review, no? So minsan natawa na lang ako. Sir, bakit ang ikli ng review? Ay, anong gusto mo? 1 year tayo mag-review? Okay, na Napolcom. Okay, so yan. Kahit hindi ka nga mag-review, kaya mong ipasa yun, di ba? Okay, tama naman? Okay, ganun yun, class, di ba? Ang pinakamataas pa rin na preparation dapat is CLE, di ba? Imagine, um, 6 months kayo nag-review, tapos ang sagot nyo, who decides the admissibility of polygraph evidence? Sagot nyo, court, di ba? So nga, okay, then. Now, okay, next number. 23, okay? Number 23, si ano magbabasa? Dapat i-real talk talaga, no, para mas matauhan. Okay, sige. I-real talk natin. Foy Awon, can you read number 23?
23. What was a key ruling in versus United States regarding polygraph evidence? A. Polygraph evidence is always admissible. B. Polygraph results are inadmissible without judicial acceptance. C. Polygraph tests were proven 100% accurate. D. Polygraph results can replace eyewitness testimony.
Okay. Sige, are you familiar with Fry Standard class and the Bird Standard during your undergrad days or during your college days? And familiar ba kayo dito? Or hindi? Familiar kayo o hindi? Tinatanong ko kayo. Grabe, nagalit na. Hindi? Hindi. Okay, so hindi pala. Okay, so yung mga estudyante ko last season, naturo ko na rin yan sa inyo. Okay, so nandito pala si Sherwin. Okay, so galingan niya Sherwin at sa February. Okay, Fasi Dait. Sino si Sherwin dito? Wag naman. Wag na mag-February pa ha. Dapat pumasa ka na ngayong August. Okay, so again, yung Sherwin na estudyante ko sa online, sabi ko yung galingan. Dapat no turning back. Okay, so FASE diet. Are you familiar with FASE diet? Okay, ganito lang class ha. Tandaan nyo lang yung acronym natin na FASE diet. Okay, so yung letter F that stands for Fry Standard or Fry versus United States. Yung letter D naman that is the Bird Standard or the Bird Rule. So sila yung standard na sinusunod natin class kahit saan all over the world. So yung dalawa na yan. Ang Fry Standard class, yung letter A, FASE, admissibility of the scientific evidence. Yung scientific evidence na tinutukoy niya dyan is the polygraph test. Again, ulitin natin. Yung FASE, okay, yung Fry Standard class. FASE, that is admissibility of scientific evidence, which is, ang tinutukoy niya is the polygraph test. Meaning, ang argument dito, class, whether or not the polygraph test will be accepted or not, or as an evidence or not. That is FASE. Then, ang the Bird Standard naman class, nakafocus naman yan on the admissibility of what is EP? Expert testimony. Again, ulitin natin, ang the Bird Standard, i-admit lang yan. Okay, so on the expert testimony. Meaning class, the polygraph test result will be admitted as an evidence in court based on the expertise and the credibility of the one who conducted the polygraph test, meaning based on the credibility and the expertise of the expert testimony or the one who conducted the polygraph test. So meaning, depende yan sa credibility or the expertise of the expert testimony or the expert witness natin. Ulitin natin. Pag sinabi nating FASE diet, Fry Standard, admissibility of the scientific evidence, why the Bird Standard, that is admissibility of the expert testimony. Okay, nagets niyo ba? Nasundan niyo ba? Okay na, okay na? Nasundan ba? Okay, so ganun lang ha. Tapos yan ang may mga nagbo-board exam talaga class na hindi nila talaga alam yung dalawang standard na yan. Kaya nung na-encounter nila wala. Okay, parang ano lang, parang feeling nila bago kasi nga hindi nila alam yung ganun. Okay, so naglalag ba? Pa-check muna. Okay, so ayan. Again, ulitin natin. Pag sinabi nating FASE diet, okay, ulitin natin. Naglag. Okay, bakit naputol-putol? Okay, so ay naputol ba? Patingin daw muna kung okay na. Okay na?
Yes,
Okay na.
also.
Okay, sige, ulitin natin. So pag sinabi nating FASE diet, again, Fry Standard, admissibility of the scientific evidence, meaning whether or not the scientific test result will be accepted as an evidence or not.
Copy ka po, coach.
Ano daw? Na-vlog ulit? Wait lang. Ayaw talaga. Wait lang, patayin ko naman yung aking camera. Okay, again, ulitin natin. Paki-check mo na kung okay na yung boses ko. Okay, okay na ba? Okay,
Okay
sige.
na, coach.
Okay, so patayin ko muna yung ano natin. Okay, yung fuzzy diet, again, the Frye standard, nakafocus yan on the admissibility of the scientific evidence, whether or not it will be accepted as an evidence. So yun ang argument doon. Then pag sinabi naman nating diet, meaning class, nakafocus yan ang admissibility of the polygraph test result based on the expert testimony. Meaning, accepted lang ngayon as an evidence in court ang polygraph test result based doon sa nag-conduct ng polygraph test, meaning the polygraph examiner. Okay, so don't forget the FASE it. Okay, so yan. That is, okay. So anong sagot natin dito? So what was the key ruling in Frye versus United States regarding the admissibility of the polygraph evidence? Okay, ano yung DA, sir? What is DA? DA. Letter D is the word admissibility. The word standard. Yung letter A, admissibility. Yan lang yung acronym class na ginagamit natin para mas mabilis ninyong mag-gets. Again, ulitin natin yung FASE, Frye Standard, Admissibility of Scientific Evidence. Then the word naman is, the word is admissibility of expert testimony. Nag-gets ba? Nag-gets ba? Okay na?
Yes, Coach.
Okay, sige. Next, dito na tayo. Okay, so anong sagot natin dito, class? Kasi na-explain ko na sa inyo na what is price standard and of course, what is the two-word standard. So ang sagot natin dyan, that is letter B. Okay, the polygraph test results are inadmissible without judicial acceptance. Meaning, kapag hindi yan tinatanggap ng jurisdiction ng korte ng Pilipinas, so hindi natin yan pwedeng i-accept as an evidence. So that is the Frye standard. So letter B. So the polygraph results are inadmissible without judicial acceptance. Okay, that is bravo. Anong oras na? 8 na ba? Okay, 7:30 pa lang naman. Okay, next, number 24. Okay, so number 24, ako muna magbabasa. So why is polygraph evidence not fully developed in the Philippines? Kasi nga, pinaglalaroan ng mga artista. Joke lang. Okay, letter A, the equipment is outdated. Letter B, there is no standardization in procedures or examiner qualifications. Letter C, polygraphs are banned in legal proceedings. And letter D, the public distrust polygraph examination. Again, why is polygraph evidence not fully developed in the Philippines? Hanggang 25 tayo kasa before tayo kakain muna. Okay, so kurakot. Okay, ano sagot natin dyan? That would be? Okay, so syempre, there is no standardization in procedures or examiner's qualification. Sana mag-set na ng standard ang Supreme Court, no? Okay, so kasi yung iba, parang nawala kasi yung standard class kasi pinaglalaroan ng mga artista, feeling nila normal lang or feeling nila laruan lang yon for fun, di ba? So again, that is letter B. Okay, there is no standardization in procedures or examiners qualification. Okay, wala pa lang number 25. May naghanap, sir, ayan, akala nila accessible sa lahat. Yon yung reason, class, kasi that's why it is not fully developed. Okay, so wala pang 25 na nagtanong, sir, walang number 25. Okay, sabi ko, wag mo na hanapin ang wala, di ba? Alam niyo talaga yung ano, no? Kasi sa board exam class, kapag halimbawa, nagkakaganon talaga eh, nagka-typo error or minsan nawala yung number, alam naman tawagan mo pa si Attorney Gabaw. Attorney, bakit walang dito, walang number 25? Okay, syempre sagutan mo na yun. Bonus na yun agad-agad. Okay, last number, class, before tayo kakain. Okay, what must parties do to introduce polygraph evidence in jurisdictions that allow it? Again, ulitin natin, number 26. What must parties do to introduce polygraph evidence in jurisdictions that allow it? Letter A, ignore the trial judge's ruling. Letter B, sign a written stipulation agreeing to its admissibility. Letter C, rely solely on examiner qualifications. And letter D, present the evidence without prior consent. Okay, what is your answer? Okay, what must parties do to introduce polygraph evidence in jurisdiction that allow it? Okay, anong gagawin natin? Letter B. Okay, syempre, kailangan yung both parties must sign a written stipulation agreeing to its admissibility kasi kapag hindi nag-agree ang both parties, meaning class, the jurisdiction or the acceptance of the polygraph evidence will not be admitted in that jurisdiction. Meaning sa bansa na yan, hindi nila tinatanggap fully yung polygraph test result. So again, the answer would be letter B. Okay, so yan. Okay, na-gets niyo ba, class? Okay, we will continue our discussion or rationalization. Anong oras na? 7:30. So, 8:30, class. We'll come back. So, we will come back at 8:30 p.m. Okay, gets? Okay, 1 hour muna. 1 hour break. Okay, so para mas ano muna kayo. Okay, so enjoy your dinner, then we will come back at 8:30. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.